Paulie turned me on to Deadliest Catch a couple of years ago. And then I started watching. I can get seasick sometimes watching. That's how, real it is. Sig Hansen and his daughter Mandy, Deadliest Catch, Tuesday nights, 9 Eastern on Discovery Channel. And the captain of the Northwestern, we just had him pick out, of the Danettes, who he would want on his crew. So I think, who was the one guy? Oh, Paulie, because he had what? What was the reason why you picked him, Sig?
He just looked like he was into it. He had that inspirational look in his face. He wanted it.
Okay. So he had, but here, understand, he's a crazy fan of the show. So he was trying to make you like him.
But it's the guy that wants to be there.
Okay, wants to be there. Okay,
that can
fair
make
enough.
it. That's the...
You were worried about Fritzy back right, even though he's got guns. Do you want somebody in shape?
I didn't see the guns.
Fritzy, show Sig the gun show. Oh. Yeah.
All right, well then, tell you what.
Mandy, you're not married, are you?
No, sir.
Okay, well, there you go, right there. Look at the gun show there.
I didn't have that ambition-filled face, is what the
No, but then take your ambition and then just arm wrestle each other.
Oh, no, he would win. Fritzy would win. He would beat the other Danettes in arm wrestling, I believe. Although Paulie, very competitive there. McLovin, back left with that mustache. Would you want him on the Northwestern?
Yeah, but every boat needs a geek. He'd be the comedy. He'd be the relief.
Quick question. Would I have any motion sickness related issues? Because I don't like boats. I was on the Staten Island ferry and it started to...
You got seasick on the Staten Island ferry?
A little bit.
Do people think they can do that? How often do people come up and say, I can do it? Not that I want to, but I could do that.
I have more guys come up and say, I couldn't do it.
Oh, okay.
But have a lot of respect for what we do. So, I mean, every day is like, wow, I love what you guys do. I could never do it. And then the guys that always say, I could do it, usually are the ones that can't for some reason. It's like this ego thing with guys. I don't know what it is.
Okay, but you have your daughter on your crew. Okay, how did that go over at home when you said, Mandy's going to be out there on the boat with me?
No, I said she'll never, ever be on the boat with me.
Mandy, how did you convince your dad to let you be part of the crew?
He tells me that's blackmail, that I use blackmail against him, but no, I've been wanting to do it forever, and
Why?
I started getting, just my family's been doing it for generations, so I want to be a part of that.
Yeah, she's with us in the summertime for salmon gigs, so that's really nice and calm weather. You're on the inside.
Yeah.
McLovin could probably handle that.
What's the toughest part of being on Deadliest Catch, being on one of those crews?
Just on the boat.
Yeah.
It's just being in the winter time. It's the temperatures. It's the elements, period.
How much is played up, though, where guys maybe have to... You know how reality shows are, where... the Kardashians, they'll say, hey, let's do that again, or do a little bit more of this.
I think that's what makes that. I mean, we've been there for 10 years now, and it's not slowing down. I think people can read through the BS. And on our show, it's a documentary is what it is. The only thing that they got to fudge on our show is the timeline. I mean, you take 4 or 5 months, you got to condense it. So, of course, they're showing the better moments, let's face it. But you can't retake, this incident and do it over again. If the camera guy's not there, they're not getting it.
Would you be different with maybe another boat? Or would you be different if the cameras weren't on you?
No, I think that's why we have such a strong fan base. Like I said, they know you can see it on the television. You can read it. I like watching it just because I can see these other guys, how they interact with their crews. And, every boat's different.
But, Mandy, your dad on a boat or your dad at home? What's the difference?
Difference is that he's doing his job up in the wheelhouse, and I'm doing my job. I don't see him.
But his
He's the
personality?
So, he's maybe a little bit more rough out at sea.
So Captain Sig comes to visit you once in a while at home?
Oh, yeah.
That's not a good thing when Captain Sig comes to town, right?
No, I usually take off instantly.
How is he with boyfriends?
You don't see them.
Is that because you don't bring them by?
They're not that welcome.
It takes a while to warm up. I don't know.
What do you think's more intimidating?
My oldest daughter just got married, and so the fiance was coming around. He tried to ask me like 2 or 3 times, and he chickened out every time.
To ask for her hand?
Yeah, the guy chickened out.
How about
And he finally did it over a damn cell phone.
40-foot seas or potential boyfriend? What's more intimidating? Or uncomfortable?
Boyfriend.
Yeah. so the 40-foot seas? No
Yeah.
big deal.
Well, I mean, I've done it all my life. So, you feel like you're in control, where boyfriend, not so much control.
When's the last time you felt like, I don't know what's going to happen here?
Oh, that's pretty much every season.
I mean, where you thought, we may not get back home.
They were actually filming, and we had what's called a slack tank. So the boat was literally sinking under our feet. We had no idea. We had 2 tanks of water full of crab. We were putting the pots on. Boat was icing down. As the 3rd tank filled, we had no idea that it was filling because the alarms didn't function. And so she was sinking under our feet.
Nice.
And but they actually downplayed it on the show a little bit.
And your brother, Edgar, is basically MacGyver. He can fix anything, do anything,
Yeah, he's great.
right? Like he could kill somebody with a pen or something. Like, right? I mean, Edgar's pretty impressive.
He's very impressive. Yeah,
Is there rivalry at all?
always,
Have you ever yelled at him?
always.
I mean, really yelled at him.
That guy, we had to pull him out of high school and get him on the boat. He was 17, full time. The guy was useless.
In,
By the time,
in high school.
In high school and on the
In
boat.
life.
And then once we got him on the boat, it took like, a year and a half, but it just took a lot of beatings before he really figured it out.
I mentioned that you look like an older, shorter Dirk Nowitzki. Have you ever been confused for Dirk Nowitzki?
I've seen it on the internet a couple of times. Yeah, I always thought, people always said you're Gary Busey's stunt double.
Okay, would you rather be Dirk Nowitzki's older, shorter brother or Gary Busey's stunt double?
I'm going to have to go with Dirk.
I think so, too. Yeah. Have you seen Gary Busey lately? Yeah. Yeah, that's the
That would be the younger Gary Busey.
Yeah, Gary Busey, I think. I better. Most famous person to come up to tell you they watched Deadliest Catch.
Oh, God. I've had Cindy McCain, Governor Cuomo. I've had Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who else? A bunch of guys.
But
CEOs from big companies.
But do they ever want to be on the boat? I mean, it's one thing to watch. I don't want to be on the boat. I would have no interest whatsoever. But I do. I love the show. Now, there's a difference in that. But do you get these people say, I'd like to try it?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
What about a fantasy
Maybe we should
camp?
get Dirk to try it.
How about a fantasy Deadliest Catch camp where you let people go out for 3 days and you charge them to go out to understand?
I've thought about that.
You did not. You just thought about it when I told you.
No.
Oh, Sig. Mandy.
I'll sell my soul to the devil when the show's over.
What if I had one of my guys go? What if Paulie, who you love the look on his face, went out for a couple of days? Would you let him go out on Deadliest Catch?
I'd let him go fishing. I don't know if they'd let him go out and film with us, but sure, why not?
Paulie?
I would do anything to do that.
What if I...
Mandy, could I handle it, do you think, for one day?
I mean, I did it.
Well, I know, but you're tougher than me.
No, she had some pretty nice days when she was out there. It depends on what day you get out there.
But you've had scary moments when
Oh, yeah.
man overboard and, like in that water.
Yeah.
How cold?
No, you're looking
Shrinkage?
at 38. You're looking at, it's freezing. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I mean, if it's cold enough to freeze salt water, it's pretty cold.
Yeah.
You got 5 minutes.
That's it.
That's it.
If you don't have the survival suit on?
Right.
Wow. What have you pulled up that might surprise me, aside from crab?
Toilet.
Toilet?
Yeah, workout bike.
A workout bike.
I didn't use the workout bike. I don't have your guns, man. I'm sorry.
You don't have Fritzy's guns?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a toilet and you had a exercise bike.
Which we didn't use, correct?
You did not do that. What would be on the boat that might surprise me?
On the boat? On the boat that might surprise you? Oh, God, I don't know. There's not...
You got posters in there?
yeah,
You got,
I mean, there's...
like Heather Locklear poster or swimsuit models?
I mean, yeah, they've had their mag. It was weird. Like, we used to have tons and tons of girly magazines on the boat growing up for many, many years. Surprisingly enough, there aren't as many girly magazines on there.
Now that Mandy's here?
I think it's because the internet thing. I think,
Oh, so they're
was
still
like, why in
looking
the
at
hell?
porn. They're just not
Yeah.
buying it.
I'm like, why is there no magazines? I wanted to, read a dirty mag, and the guys are like, why, man? We got internet nowadays.
Well, Fritzy, there you go. You can get internet on the Northwestern.
Yeah, you can.
And you can use his guns. Mandy, will you take over for your dad eventually?
We'll see what happens. I'm ready to go get my license right now and see where it takes me, but he has a long ways to go. He's
Okay,
not
do you
gonna
have
quit
to
until he
parallel
dies.
park when you do this? Is it like a driver's test here? With
Anything.
Do you have
and
like a
everything.
driving instructor there who's next to you?
I haven't started yet, but it's going to take me 4 years to get it. I'll be running bigger vessels than he.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Will you let her take over for you?
I'm not dead yet by any means.
Okay, but how long? What's the
Till I die.
What's the career?
Hopefully another 20 freaking years.
Not 20.
I don't know. If I
got
can
you
do
longer
that, I'd
than
be
that.
happy.
Yeah, but when do you start to lose your skill?
I don't think a guy ever. I mean, let's face it.
You lose your
I'm
enthusiasm?
running the boat, so it's a little easier for me because I don't have the elements. I've got a heater I can turn up if it gets cold, and
If the show goes away,
which it
will the
so-
Northwestern still exist?
Of course,
You'll still do this for a living.
absolutely.
Do you like crab?
I love it.
See, I can't believe that.
Yeah, we only get to fish it once a year, so it's like it's still a delicacy to me.
Oh, okay. You're not tired of that's the best thing you could ever see.
Yeah, because I don't Why do people
When they
ask
bring
me?
up those pots.
I love it. It's exciting. I mean, I've done 3.5 days without sleep, and they ask you how can you do that? Well, coffee number one, smoke a lot, but it's the excitement, it's the thrill, It's
Have
the
you ever
chase.
used performance-enhancing drugs, Sig?
Other than Viagra? No.
I'm sure your daughter appreciates that. Mandy,
How do you think she got here?
it's kind of tough to be out at sea for a little while, though, isn't it?
Oh, we're gonna go with the whole guy thing now, or
No, when you come back home. Yeah.
no? Well, it's tough, but it's.
I mean,
really,
is your wife there at the dock when you come back
her
home?
father was a fisherman. They've got generations, so it just fits. And in all honesty, it's nice to get out of the house. It's nice to leave, and it's even better to come home. So I mean, then you get to see your kids and everybody, and it's like a whole new.
Does that keep your marriage intact?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were around every day,
I would
it would
probably
be good.
not be married.
You would not. Well, hey, congratulations on 10 years.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
4 Emmy nominations this year.
Awesome. Well, win one. And will you put the Emmy on the Northwestern when you go out?
Let's do that. Mount it.
Mount it on the bow. Yeah. Although it might not survive out there on the bow. Put it in with you. Use it as a cigarette holder, something, Thank you for coming in, Sig. Congratulations, Mandy. Great to see you.
Thank you so
And
much.
good luck with those boyfriends.